Welcome everybody to our weekly Take 5 videos where we take about 5 minutes to look at some important computer skills and shortcuts. This is Mark Mannering from Class Training, and in this session we're just going to be looking at how we can convert just one page in our multi-page document into a landscape page. Now the shortcuts we're going to be covering can be applied to pretty much all versions of Word, so you can apply this to your own example. Now firstly, I just want to see the overall structure of this document. So one way to do that is to go into the right hand corner here where the zoom value button is, click that and just view many pages. So I'm just going to click and drag to about 4 pages wide, click OK, and we've got our 3 or 4 pages showing there. And if I scroll through the pages, you'll see the page being highlighted and it'll jump to the next section of 4 pages in this example. So I just get an overall view of how the document is looking from the point of view of the page numbers and the page size and orientation. I'll just press Control Home to go back to the start. Now most people will say, well, to make a landscape page in your document, you just go up to the Page Layout tab here in Word and we go to Orientation, and you've got Portrait and Landscape, but most of you will know that that will apply to all the pages in your document. In this case, we only want the one page in our document to be a landscape. The way we're going to do it is to use the Page Setup dialog box button. So the little dialog box button just here, I can click that and the usual settings for our page comes up for the margins, the paper size and so on. And I'll just press the Escape key to come out of that. Now I want to use that Page Setup dialog box a number of times. So what I'm going to do is to use a shortcut that most of you should know. We just right click that dialog box button, right click and click on Add to Quick Access Toolbar, and there's the button there on our Quick Access Toolbar. If I click that, the same dialog box pops up. And I can press the Escape key now just to come out. Now just to give me a bit more room, I'll minimize the ribbon in the top right hand corner here. I can click Minimize Ribbon and I've got a bit more room to play with my multi-page document. Okay, so now let's look at the shortcut for converting one of our pages to a landscape page. And let's assume that we just want to convert, say, the text starting with New Results there on page 7 into a landscape page. So coming down from New Results, now what we do, the shortcut is just to select the text that you want to be converted into a landscape page. We'll just convert that text there. We'll just select it first. We go back to the Page Setup dialog box, click there, and we've got the usual things. We click on Landscape here, and at the bottom it says Apply to Whole Document, but now it should say Selected Text automatically because we've got some text selected. Click that, click OK, and now that selected text has been converted into a landscape page. So if I scroll up and down, I can see that the other pages are still portrait. The page breaks there on page 7, but that's where the new text starts, and we can either put some extra text on the page 7 or leave it as it is, knowing that we've got our single page there in our document. Now when using that shortcut, Word has actually added the extra section breaks for us automatically, and we can check that by clicking before where the landscape page appears. So if I click before here, and in the bottom left corner there you can see it says section 1. If I scroll down, click on page 8 or where the landscape page is, it now says section 2 in the bottom left corner, and after that hopefully it should say section 3. So I'll click after the landscape page and it says section 3. Let's say for example I wanted to have lots of pictures on a landscape page, and I've started to put some pictures here, site images in this sample document, and again all I do, I know I'm going to put more pictures and photos and images and I want all those to be on a landscape page. So in the same way I just highlight the text and the graphics or the images that are going to be on that particular landscape page, and we use the same sort of shortcut. Now just by the way, those images are in line with text. They're not floating on the page. They must be in line with text for this example to work. So with the text and the images selected, we just go back to our Page Setup dialog box. We say I want a landscape page. Come down here, Not Selected Sections. We select again or click on Selected Text and click OK. And now we just have that page on a landscape page, a lot more room to put our other images on there as well. In our final example, we want to put a table of data or figures on a landscape page, and we can highlight in the same way, highlight the heading and the table, and even we can just highlight the table itself. We don't need to highlight the headings as well. And in the same way we go back to our Page Setup, we click on Landscape, and at the bottom it says Apply to Selected Text again. So most of these examples you only just need to click on Selected Text. Click OK, and again we've got our table on a brand new landscape page. Word is making more sections for us again, and so we've got a lot more sections in our document. Okay, thanks everybody. Hopefully you can apply that to your own examples. That's all for this session. Look for other Take 5 videos coming up each week around about, and also computer courses, live webinars, and our training manuals for sale. This is Mark Mannering signing off until next time. Thanks a lot. See you again. Bye.